Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's been quite some time since you've seen me on tape because I've been lazy, but also working hard on Year in Review and the new overhauled version of Week in Review for 2016. Lots of intricate things have been done in the past few weeks, but here we are at the end of the year, and we're going to do Year in Review 2015, where I go over, well, the best projects of 2015, structures, terraforming, and organic work. You all know how this works. With me, as always, Wilfred J. Pemberley, the Ghast of Nottingham. Hello, Wilfred.
Why in God's name am I sitting in this corner instead of being on screen?
You've been demoted for being too crazy to be captured on camera for too long a period of time. Otherwise, you'll give the viewers eye cancer.
Well, we wouldn't want that. I was unaware I was a carcinogen. Perhaps I should report myself to the CDC so that they're aware that I might be killing lots of people on a grand scale of death and destruction.
Yes, you might want to. Yeah, that would probably be a good idea, Wilfred. But there are some ground rules that I think that we should talk about before we get too far into it. Year in Review will be somewhat different than Week in Review. The first prime difference is that there are 4 awards for each category now. You now get the bronze trophy, the silver trophy, the gold trophy, and the platinum trophy. Yes, and all of these trophies were handmade by me using... What do you think? What do you think I used to make these things, Wilfred?
Adobe Photoshop, of course. What else could you have possibly used?
No, I used Pages to make these.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You used Pages? That simply little Word document program for Mac?
Yes, I did. I used the table to create a grid. Blah, 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 blah. I can't get the words out right tonight. I used the table to create a grid, and I then filled the cells in with colors and created some pixel art.
My God, you are an idiot. You use that to do that? It must have taken you forever. There's not even any shortcuts or anything.
Yes, it was horrifyingly annoying, but I finished them in a timely manner. 4 weeks. Yes, there are 4. And I'd like to point out that the qualifier list is a little bit more structured in Year in Review. Instead of just listing, whatever projects I damn well please to list, there are actually projects nominated based on a monthly basis. In other words, the best structure, terraforming, and organic work from each month is nominated to win awards in Year in Review. There are also 3 wildcard slots for each category to ensure that we don't miss anything because of the kind of simplistic nature of the selection process. And then there will also be nominations for the 3 months before Week in Review even existed, which was January, February, and March of this year, which Week in Review didn't start till April, in case you didn't know that.
You're telling me some of these people haven't been watching since the beginning? Bandwagon jumpers, how dare you?
No, I'm fine if you haven't been. I'm fine if you haven't stuck with me through the long haul. I'm free to welcome new fans of Week in Review. But yes, that's how the nomination process works. You could get as many builds nominated as you deserve, I suppose. Each user can get as many builds nominated as possible. However, you can only win 1 trophy per category. Okay, so you can't win gold, silver, and bronze for the structure category. And the reason why I invented this rule is because if I hadn't, literally 2 people would have taken all of the trophies for structure. 2 people would have just swept them all. That's unfair to some of the other people. So that's why that rule kind of stands there. It's just to prevent people from hoarding trophies. With all that said and done, I think that we can proceed. I think we made the rules very clear. Oh, and there will also be awards given to crowns, also pixel art, which will be awarded to the best architect, best artist, best terraformer, and best all-rounder of the year. And there will be interviews accompanying that, because without interviews, it actually wouldn't qualify on PMC, because they the moderators on PMC hate user promotions and advertisements. So in order to actually validate it, there has to be an interview. That actually makes it okay. So there are interviews for everybody, and some of them are very interesting. So I really suggest that you read them. They're on the blog version of this over on PMC. So do check those out. I'm not going to read them out loud here.
Oh, why not? I would love to do some interview role play with you.
No, dear God, you wouldn't even read them. You would create your own, you would just ad-lib nonstop, and you would just make stuff up that the person didn't actually say.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would, and you know goddamn well you would.
No, it's a lie. I would never do something so horrid. I'm not that kind of person.
Yes, you are. And I'm on to you, okay? We've been doing this show for like 6 months, and I figured out exactly what you are. You are a troll, and you exist for one purpose, and one purpose only, and that's to sabotage me. And that's why you've been demoted, and you're sitting in the corner instead of in front of the camera for all the world to see.
God damn it, I will escape this torture chamber you've put me in, you fiend. I will recruit the Black Knight, from the deadly man from the other side of Middle-earth, and he will assist me in destroying you.
Yeah, sure, whatever. All right, let's begin with structure. Structure of the year, not of the week, of the year. We'll begin with the Bronze Trophy, which goes to a project that I really, really liked. Back in November. It was uploaded on November the 8th, 2015. It's a map titled The 8th Hour by Go Creative, along with a team of builders. That's too long for me to list. I'll just list them on the screen, and you can just read them. I'm not going to list them. Jesus Christ. There's a lot of really, really good people involved in this one. This is, and I've talked about this one already, so I won't repeat exactly what I said verbatim in the original episode and weekend review where I reviewed this one. But this is a clock, and it represents the reign of mankind on the planet Earth.
Whoa. Does it have an alarm function?
Why would it That has nothing to do with this. You don't understand. Once again, you don't get it. This is a metaphor. Okay? You see, it's called the 8th hour because we're the 8th hour. That's the present. And hours 9, 10, 11, and 12 are the future, and everything before it is the past. You get it? You see?
Oh, so it's like the evolution of modern society and civilization.
Exactly. And that's why I like it so much, because it's a smart idea. In fact, it's a really smart idea. I think that this is probably one of the most sound concepts I saw all year, to be totally honest. It's definitely a unique concept, and one that everybody can get quite easily, except for you, because you're stupid.
Don't you dare insinuate anything about my intelligence. I am a mathematical genius. I have an IQ of 1,647.
Well, if you're a mathematical genius, you would know that that's physically impossible to achieve an IQ of that magnitude. It's impossible. I think 200 is the max.
Well, that's only because you've limited the IQ with your mind. I have transcended it. I'm like a Johnny Depp from that stupid movie that came out last year. Except I actually win in the end. Johnny Depp loses, but you know.
All right, well, let's talk about Jesus Christ. This is year in review. We don't have time for antics. Wilfred, shut up. We're going to talk about the map.
Okay, fine.
My favorite part about this map is the busted up aircraft carrier I believe it's at the hour of 11, obviously signifying the apocalypse, though at that point in the future, I doubt that we'd actually still use aircraft carriers because we're practically phasing out the Navy as is. I mean, there's really no use for it because we got like ballistic missiles that we can just shoot out from satellites and everything. Naval vessels really don't serve much of a purpose. The water is pointless.
Yes, but it's like 60% of the face of the planet is covered in water.
And we're getting off topic, and I'm not going to talk with you about this because it's a stupid argument that you're going to take to some stupid place. Before we know it, you'll be talking about the Kraken.
Exactly! That was the point I was trying to make! That ship has clearly been attacked by the Kraken, but not just the Kraken, the cybernetic, time-traveling Kraken that has been sent by Skynet from the future to destroy John Connor before he was even born. He was born of a fusion between a chicken and a toaster, which is what...
Oh, Jesus, now I don't even know where you're going with that one. No, it's a truly magnificent project. It's not of the scale and scope of some of the other projects I'm going to be talking about in just a few seconds, but I think in terms of concept and idea and creativity, this one really surpasses pretty much anything. So yes, that is the bronze medal. Good job, Go Creative. Well done. Let's move on to the silver. Did I say the bronze medal? No, the bronze trophy. The trophies, not medals. Medals are stupid and pointless. Actually, no, they're very valuable. Every medal that you win on this show is worth technically nothing, but you should value the pride that you've achieved. The pride
of knowing that you've been duped. You've been duped by this man.
Let's move on to the silver trophy, which goes to, and might I point out before we go any further, that everything from this point forward is phenomenal. In every way, shape, and form. And really, it's tough to rank the final three structures from platinum, gold, and silver because they are so close. So don't rage if you don't agree with the placement of these. It was pretty hard to rank them. But I don't think that anybody will argue that these three aren't the best structures of the year. I mean, this is pretty obvious. At least from my point of view, and I saw every structure this year, these three were by far the top three. So, yeah, so let's just get right into it. The silver trophy goes to Stalingrad Blood on the Volga, created by Sefer. Yes, this is an amazing build, and an even more amazing name. I love the name of this build. Isn't it epic, Wilfred? What do you think about that?
Blood on the Volga. Who's Volga? And why does she have blood on her? Is she on her period?
Jesus Christ, you are an idiot. You are the dumbest person who has ever walked the face of the earth. This is a city that's being blown to smithereens.
Why is it being blown to smithereens?
It's Stalingrad during World War II.
I'm unfamiliar with this world of war that you speak of.
Not world, Jesus Christ, it's world. You know, back in like the 1930s and 40s when Adolf Hitler launched a massive ground invasion in in Western Europe, in Europe, and we had to invade Normandy. You don't remember that?
No, I'm only familiar with the War of 1812.
Well, I'm surprised you actually know about that one.
Yes, the war with the cybernetic goblins invaded the city of Hazgala in Bashflim, a city known only to those who can see past the veil of darkness that shrouds this world. It was...
No. Bad Wilfred, shut up. We're talking about this build right now, and this is Stalingrad, and it doesn't look too good, and by that I mean it looks fantastic because it's been torn to shreds by gunfire and bombings and tank shrapnel and whatnot. The thing that did I even say who made this? Did I even say?
I don't think you did.
This is made by Sefer, by the way. Sorry, Sefer, I didn't mention this. This is made by Sefer, and it is quite a fantastic work of architecture. In terms of size and scale, this is pretty impressive in and of itself. But what really impresses me about this is the fact that Sefer took the time to put all this effort into making this recreation of Stalingrad, only to completely wreck it at the end and reduce most of it to smoldering detritus. And that is something that I admire, because this is actually a concept that I really, really like. I've done it before. I've never uploaded a project with it, but I've done it in my free time with the Citadel and some stuff where you just kind of wreck stuff and make it look, ruined and old. And the pictures in and of themselves are thematic beyond belief. It's probably the most thematic build of the year. And there's actually a really interesting segment in the interview that I do with Sefer, which you could check out further down the list of the blog. If you're looking at the blog on PFC, just scroll down the list. It's there. So, yeah, very impressive work. I already talked about this earlier in the year as well. So let's move on to the gold trophy, which goes to a structure titled Timatos. And let me point out, all in caps. Timatos is all in caps, because if it weren't all in caps, then it would just be tomatoes, and tomatoes are lame. But this is anything but lame. This is actually, in my opinion, one of the most surprising maps of the year, and the reason for that is because it was made by someone who really doesn't have much of a resume on Achi Minecraft made this. Achi Minecraft has only made two things during his PMC career. He made one thing like a year ago, way before Week in Review was started, and then he made this. And this is, this just came out of nowhere. I didn't know who this guy was when I saw him. It was just, it was a surprise. To see a virtual unknown person creating something of this size and scale and masterful architecture. I mean, look at it. I don't even need to talk about this one. Look at it. Look at the thing. This is amazingly beautiful. I mean, the renders, even without the renders, it looks incredible. I don't have any pictures of it without the renders, but even without the renders, I mean, look at the degree of detail that is incorporated into every single structure. The bridges, the interior work, the swirling bridge. I don't even know what to call some of this stuff. It's that weird and unique and just spectacular in nature. I don't know what this is. This is a place where kings go on vacation, basically. This is like...
It's like Disney World for Donald Trump.
Yes, this is... Well, no. Now, if this belonged to Donald Trump, he would definitely have his name on it somewhere.
Timotos, it's clearly an acronym for Trump.
No, it's really not. It's not an anagram for Trump. At all. Good guess, though. And actually, I think the subtitle of this is Invariable Utopian Palace. Interesting name. I think the utopian aspect of it is very, very obvious when you look at the pictures. And there's some amazing terraforming in this as well. To me, this kind of stood out a little bit above Stalingrad because I just thought it was more original. Stalingrad is based on a real city. This, I don't know what this is based on. This looks like Rivendell on crack. This is what this is.
It totally does, you're right.
Yeah, I'm just... blown away, but I was blown away when I first saw it, and I'm blown away now. And I think this is amazing. I think this is
bloody amazing. Just say it like you mean it.
Yes, I will. It's bloody. It's f***ing fantastic.
You said it right.
So great job, Achi Minecraft. I hope Achi Minecraft makes something next year. Though that's in question because he apparently only makes one project a year. So we keep our fingers crossed, I suppose. But let's move on to the Platinum Trophy, which goes to the best structure of the year. And when I say the best structure of the year, it's not the same as saying the best structure of the week. The pool of competitors is so much more dense, and the quality of work is so much higher that it becomes extremely arduous to sift through. I mean, you should have seen the amount of toil I went through sifting through all that. It's so hard to rank one as number 1, number 2, and number 3.
But eventually it had to be done, because if it didn't, we would be cast into the flames of hell. It's part of the deal that we made with the devil.
Don't talk about that, Wilfred. We can't talk about it. You just violated the contract, and now I think you have to go to hell.
God damn it, you're right. I should have read the fine print.
But, idiot. For reference, there were 52 weeks in the year. And there was a grand total of nearly 1,000 structures featured on Week in Review. And of those 1,000 structures, I can only talk about one when it comes to the Platinum Trophy. One. And that's only structures. I'm not talking about terraforming and organic work. Only structures. 1,000. But of all of them, the one that truly stood out amongst the pack, in my opinion, was Deep Sea, created by Blockworks on July 30th. As most of you remember, this was the winning entry in the Underwater Wonderland contest here on PMC. So Deep Sea, for all intents and purposes, was the most original and best executed structure of the year. It's an incredible build, not just because it looks awesome, which it does, but also because when you deconstruct it, you're not left with repeated segments or spam of any kind.
I like spam. It's good with mashed potatoes and gravy.
Not that kind of spam, you idiot. I'm talking about MC edit shit.
Oh, my mistake. Go on, just ignore me.
Instead of MC edit crap, you get this vast assortment of shapes and forms, all handmade to serve as a small component in what is undeniably a masterpiece of the ages. There's a variability here that can only be explained by one of two things. At least 6 months of hard work, or a build team. In this case, it was a build team. Deep Sea was the result of a massive collaboration, including Week in Review veterans like Carlu, Raj Kaur, and Lindblumen, and many more. And it makes sense that so many great minds were involved in something like this, because only through the lens of several different build styles could something so intricate and diverse be conceived. And that's what makes Deep Sea so special. It's not something that any one person could have built. It's like the end product of a complex chemical reaction, where every component is serving an indispensable purpose, which adds up to a whole much greater than the sum of its parts. And one of the things that really stands out here is the seamless combination of architectural and organic work. And to me, this is a really difficult concept to execute, but when it's done right, it almost makes you forget that you're looking at something made in Minecraft. It kind of transcends the norm of blocky mishmash and becomes sort of an art form of itself. And to me, there is one surefire way to succeed in Minecraft. And if you can fool people, even for a second, even for just a split second, that your project wasn't built in-game, that it's an elaborate charade, a photograph, or a 3D generated image, then you've done your job very well. If you can fool people into thinking that the picture on your project page wasn't made in Minecraft, and you could make them go, oh, this wasn't made in Minecraft, I'm going to report this. And then while they're clicking the little red flag, they notice, oh wait, no, this was made in Minecraft. I mean, this is something you'll see again in the next two categories as well. And when you first look at the renders for Deep Sea, it isn't entirely clear whether you're looking at the build itself or a piece of inspirational artwork. That's the ultimate trick you can play, and that's the trick Blockworks does better than anyone else. And speaking of Blockworks, that brings us to the first segment of our user awards, which is the Top Architect Award, which goes to the Best Architect of the Year, which is, no surprise, Blockworks. Yep, Blockworks, the guy who just won the Platinum Trophy. And I say guy, Blockworks is actually a team of builders. I should clarify that. And when we talk about Top Architect, let's remember, architecture is not easy to do. Even with a limitless supply of free materials and virtually omnipotent methods of construction, it's a hard thing to do, and nobody makes it look easier than the fine folks over at Blockworks. Blockworks, for those of you who don't know, and I'm showing their projects on the screen in case you didn't realize that.
I think the audience can ascertain that. I don't think that they're mentally retarded.
Well, whatever. Just assuming that you know. Blockworks was founded. When was Blockworks? 2.5 years ago? 2.5 years ago, and has since made 13 projects here on PMC. Not a lot, but that kind of is explained by the insane level of quality in each of them. Here's some fun facts about Blockworks. Blockworks has competed in 4 PMC contests, and of those 4, has obtained 2 first-place trophies, 1 second-place trophy, and a finalist ribbon. That is an insane level of success. Level of not only success, but consistency to only compete in 4 contests and to win gold in 2. My God. I also like to point out that Blockworks has never attained less than 85 diamonds for a single project here on PMC. Yes, that is incredible. Beyond belief that you could have that kind. Their worst project got 85 diamonds. Who can say that? Honestly, besides Blockworks.
Me? My worst project got a total of... Well, that's remained to be seen, because I haven't actually made a project yet.
Yes, because you're a loser, and you suck.
God damn it, I'll get around to it one of these days. I have something special in the works. It will blow your mind.
Is it a project that contains a world save that's actually a virus that's going to allow you to infiltrate people's computers and take over the world?
No. Okay, fine, yes, that's what it is. But you're ruining my plans. Shut up! Shut up!
All right. Getting back to Blockworks. On Week in Review, Blockworks has won 4 gold medals, a platinum trophy, and 2 qualifier plaques. It's a lot. And Blockworks is currently the only user in the history of Week in Review to obtain the Nehemiah badge, the highest award one could get for structures. And Blockworks finished in 2nd place for the year of 2015 here on Week in Review. So, if you want to learn more about Blockworks, I also sat down with James Delaney, the managing director over at Blockworks, to get some more insight. Please do check that out. That's on the PMC page if you're interested in reading that, I would highly recommend it. It's pretty insightful stuff. So let's move on to Terraforming of the Year. Okay, the bronze trophy goes to a map titled Fiedlemead. I trust that I'm pronouncing that horrifyingly incorrectly, which was made in January, and so this was never actually on Week in Review. This was one of the qualifiers that was in the before Week in Review section. So this was the best terraforming project of the first 3 months of the year. And this was made by Leafy Sea Rabbit. Leafy Sea Rabbit actually has made some other stuff on Week in Review, though, I believe. This is a 16 times 14K map. Yes. And whenever you say 16 times 14K, my God, you're talking about how many blocks is that? Let's crunch the numbers really quick. Let me just see how many square blocks that is. 14,000 times 16,000 equals 224 million square blocks. And that's not even including the Y dimension. And when you take that into account, my God, the volume is immense. This is like the biggest map you could possibly create in World Painter, pretty much. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't think you can get much bigger than this. And the amount of biomes here is just mind-blowing. You've got canyons, you've got mountains, you've got grasslands, you've got volcanoes, you've got deserts with pyramids, you've got tundra, icy islands in the middle of a frozen ocean. You've got strata sticking out of the ground with stripes. It looks amazing. It's just fantastic terraforming. And it's of a scale that's just mind-blowing in and of itself. So well done, Leafy Sea Rabbit. You've definitely earned that bronze trophy. Good job. Good on you. Let's move on to the silver trophy, which goes to a terrain that, well, let's just say that if you have your brightness cranked up on your computer screen, you might want to turn it down just a tad bit, because this map is bright and vivid as hell. And it's called Jasmina, Fallen Kingdom by Leskai. Sorry, couldn't quite get the name out.
What in God's name are you saying? What are you trying to say? Let me see the sheet. Oh, that's Lekias.
Oh, you made it sound much easier. Let me try again.
You are so bad. You are so bad at naming names. You suck. You suck.
Yeah, I'm terrible. I couldn't read the name right when I first reviewed it back in June or whenever this one was uploaded. But this is probably one of the most brightly colored terrains of the year. I don't think that you could argue that. Look at this terrain. You got flowers all over the place, organic figures. Every color under the rainbow, I think, is used profusely, in a profuse manner.
Profusely and in a profuse manner. That's profusely. It's a double entendre, or whatever you call it.
I think you just made up a word. I'm not quite sure, but I mean, this one really got third place because it's a fantastical terrain. It's not realistic. And I'd like to also point out, you got those little symbols on the water. I don't know why people do that. It really doesn't make much structural sense. I mean, it's a lake. It's not supposed to, but it looks amazing as hell. I love it. It's like kind of like a way to get away with posting pixel art on PMC.
Yes, if you want to post pixel art on PMC, all you have to do is make a 4K times 4K map filled with organic work, and then just put the pixel art on the ground.
Yeah, it sounds much hard. I just don't do pixel art. It's not worth it. But no, this is and Lekias has also done other similar maps. In fact, Lekias, I actually said it right that time. I actually didn't. I got it.
Good on you. Well done.
All right. I think Lekias has gotten 2 other qualifiers. Maybe one, I think, yeah. I think they did the When Ducks Gone Wild thing, which was pure madness, to tell you the truth. But, yeah, really, really impressive work. So, with that wrapped up, we now move on to the gold trophy. And here's where things get really good. Really, really good. Because the next one, the gold trophy, goes to my good friend Gabersid for The Rage of Hades. And Gabersid actually had 3 projects qualify for a year in review. 3. And this was his best project of the year. And this is, truth be told, I don't know what it is. I don't know what to call this. And actually, I do an interview with Gabriel Sid, because, spoiler alert, he wins the Terraformer of the Year award, where he talks a little bit about this. And in that interview, he actually told me, you won't believe what he told me, Will. What do you think that he modeled this after?
A boil on someone with Ebola.
Wow, good guess, but no, not at all.
What is it?
It's your mom's face!
God damn it, you son of a bitch!
Haha, you teed it up and I f***ing knocked it out of the park. Deal with it. Okay, the real thing that Gabriel Sid modeled this after was an anthill.
Oh, that seems so obvious now. Why couldn't I have thought of that?
Yeah, it actually does look a lot like an anthill. When you look at it, it does. But this is what Gabriel Sid does. He does these globular, almost organic shapes, and he uses them to put together a terrain. And nobody really does it the way that he does. He does this. He has this intricate process that he explains a little bit more in that interview. It's just mind-blowing. He puts time and effort into these things that normal people really don't, because World Edit typically does all the work for you. This took more than World Edit to put together. You can't just, use an algorithm to create the shapes in this. It's absolute madness. The time that was spent doing this, just an immense amount of time. And you could see it. You could see for yourself why this got gold. It looks like nothing else out there, and it's mind-blowing from top to bottom. And I'm pretty sure that this uses the entire height limit of Minecraft, because it is very, very large. But nevertheless, and we'll talk about Gabriel Sid a little bit more in just a few minutes. If you have the patience to wait, because we still have to talk about the Platinum Trophy for terraforming, which goes to a terrain which goes to an incredible terrain titled Custom Biome Terrain Map, created by Imbilio. Yes, the title of this terrain couldn't have more stark contrast to the terrain itself. The title is formulaic and boring, and the terrain is the exact opposite of that. And there's no secrets hidden here. There's no hidden trinkets. There's no complementary organic work. This is terraforming, pure and simple. This is a terrain so intricate and so masterfully composed that you may well think it wasn't made in Minecraft at all. Remember what I said about fooling the audience earlier? Yes, that applies equally here. This is an incredibly diverse, meticulously detailed, and downright magical multi-biome terrain that challenges any and all preconceived notions of just how realistic Minecraft can be. Apparently, it can be very realistic. Imbilio has proven that. With many terrains, you can see the impressions of World Painter still present in the end product, much like MC Edit and structures. But that isn't true here. This map bears none of those red flags and has a form and style all its own. It sports a natural beauty, and yet there's no place on Earth quite like it.
Maybe. Have you ever been to Tampa Bay?
No.
It's nothing like this. It's a shithole. Suck it, Tampa!
All right. And with most multi-biome terrains, the divisions between biomes are stark and easily spotted. But here, there's a sort of mellow progression from biome to biome. There's no real line between biomes, but rather a gradation that allows the whole map to bear a singular identity instead of being a mere collection of landscapes. And consequently, there are no true biomes here, but rather a singular biome with evolving characteristics linked to latitude and longitude. It's kind of like a living thing, but terrain, except for living tissues and cells. And that's what separates Custom Biome Terrain Map from its competition. God, that name is so lame. Couldn't you have thought of something else, Imbilio? Jesus. Custom Biome Terrain Map. Jesus. But that's what separates it from its competition. There's nothing particularly flashy or mind-blowing here. It simply makes sense as a whole, in a strange and unprecedented way. In a sense, this is the true pinnacle of biomes. The world-generated biomes in Minecraft are simple, repetitive, and have no true interaction with each other. And this is a sort of satirical critique of that tedium, designed to show Minecraft's true potential in a way that the programming never will. And in fact, all terraforming is just such a critique. The difference is that custom biome terrain map does it better than anything else.
And so this map shall stand for an indefinite period of time as the pinnacle of terraforming in Minecraft. This is the bar, and it has been set ridiculously high by James Cameron, so that future generations of PMC users will strive to exceed it.
Well said, except for the part about James Cameron. I don't quite know what that has to do with anything.
You didn't watch that episode of South Park?
No. Oh, yes. I see. I see now. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, fine. Fair enough. So that wraps up terraforming, but we still have Terraformer of the Year, which, as I mentioned earlier, is Gabersid. Yes, Gabersid. Gabersid was actually the one person who won his respective category without winning the Platinum Trophy. And that's mainly because all of his work got nominated, and Imbilio really only made that one map, so he really wasn't much competition. But when it comes to terraforming, nobody is more on the forefront when it comes to innovation than Gabersid. Gabersid has a rare and very identifiable globular terraforming style. And since he joined PMC in 2013, Gabersid has posted 6 structures and 8 terrains. Here's some fun facts about Gabersid. Fact 1. Everything that Gabersid made this year has won a gold medal on Week in Review, and all 3 of those projects were also featured on Year in Review. That is amazing consistency. Gabersid apparently doesn't believe in uploading anything less than ultimate perfection. Gabersid is also currently the only user in the history of Week in Review to obtain the Maker of Worlds badge, the highest honor that can be handed out for terraforming. Gabersid has also never gotten less than 100 diamonds for a terrain here on PMC. Yes, you heard it right. He has never gotten less than 100 diamonds for a terrain. That is amazing. I can't even comprehend what you would have to do I don't know. He just edits his work so well that everything he releases is just mind-blowing, and people can't help but give him 100 diamonds at least. And also, Gabersid finished in 3rd place for the year of 2015 here on Week in Review. I also sat down with Gabersid to get some more insight into his landscaping style, so do be sure to check out that interview on the PMC page. Let's move on to Organic Work of the Year. The Bronze Trophy goes to a nice... I hit the pop filter. Now the entire recording is ruined, and we have to start over. Isn't that a shame?
Are you serious? We really have to start from the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, I bumped the thing. It's not... For continuity's sake, we got to start over. So, hello, welcome. Welcome to Year in Review, year of 2015. Thank you for joining us today. I'm just kidding. I'm not actually going to start over just because I bumped the pop filter. The pop filter be down. Look, who cares? It's just a pop filter. Screw it. The Bronze Trophy for Organic Work goes to a map titled Humble Homestead, made by someone named BZURQ. Don't quite understand how I'm supposed to pronounce that. We'll just pretend that it's Berserku.
Berserku? More like Berserkia, Lord of the Underworld.
No! Okay, let's talk about the review. So let's talk about this build. This is a house. That's a nice little house. You know, if this were made with regular size Minecraft blocks to scale, it would be none too impressive. But this is like a mega scale house. Look at the detail, ladies and gentlemen. Look at it all. Every little component in this map is a singular piece of organic work. Look at the flowers. Look at the shutters. Look at the patterns on the wooden door and the wooden floorboards and all the stuff on the interior. Look at the roofing. Look at the tiling. Look at the pots and things outside. I'm not really... some of it is kind of like unidentifiable to me. I'm not really one for outdoor stuff. I usually just stay in the house. But...
Yeah, you sure do. He hasn't seen the sun in nearly 100,000 years. It is but legend to him.
Yes. But this house... I don't know. It's just so... There's such a diversity to the types of techniques that he incorporated into this. The globular shapes, the geometrical shape. It's just a lot of hard work that really pays off because every little component was made individually. Imagine that. I can't even tell you how long this must have taken. For me, this would have taken forever. This would have taken, the flowers in and of themselves. I hate doing organic work like that, but this guy and his shenanigans, and look at the painting on the interior.
Oh, that is pixel art. That is against the rules, and you shall be cast into the temple of fire. Fire!
No, he won't. This is a good application of organic work to create something bigger than what you typically see. I just love it. So good job, Berserk. Moving on to the silver medal. I keep saying silver medal. Silver trophy. The trophies. Now look at it. Oh, sorry, it's over here. Look at it. Look at the trophy. Oh, yes. It emanates a sort of glow. Not really. It's just a pixel art.
It's pixel art, you bastard. That is against the rules.
It's not a project. This is the blogging section, Wilfred. Shut up. I've been wanting to talk about this build all year, and I haven't been able to yet because it was made just before Week in Review started. It was made 4 days before Week in Review started. Do you understand the concept of that? It missed Week in Review by 4 days. But now, here, at the end, in Year in Review, the silver trophy goes to Esther the Dragon Plays Guitar by Twig Bang. This is a f***ing awesome build. Yes, this is a f***ing amazing. Look at this. This is a dragon.
A land dragon. Good kid, he's got a guitar. He's waging war on the kingdoms of Middle-earth.
Not really. He looks like he's just jamming on the guitar, to be totally honest.
The land dragon approaches!
And, just look at it. And look at you know what I really like about this? Look at the speakers. Look at the speakers. They're all facing different directions. All of them. Which means that they're all made on diagonals to a certain degree, which is hard as hell to do. Well, granted, it's not that difficult of a shape to recreate on a diagonal, but it's still really marginally impressive. And the dragon figure itself that in and of itself probably wouldn't have won a trophy on a Year in Review. But the creativity here, how does one... This is madness. This guy is a lunatic. Twig Bang is a lunatic. He's an escaped mental patient.
Call the men in white coats. We've found him.
Yes, he's been hiding in the public park, attacking people as they walk by. But this is, we call him crazy. He might be a genius. We don't know what this guy's capable of. But and this was the only thing that he made. Oh, this was his latest thing, and it was made in early April. And it's such a shame because I really want him to make more stuff. Really pisses me off. I hope they'll make more. I want more. I want a sequel to this. I want Esther the Dragon brutally attacking and disemboweling Wilfred so that I won't have to deal with him anymore.
No, don't send him after me.
Let's move on to the gold trophy because I can't talk about this anymore. Gold trophy time. Gold trophy. This one, I just think is a really revolutionary idea. It's a build titled Hard Rain, made by Tober888. Tober is an up-and-comer on PMC. He's only made, I think, 2 things, but they're both phenomenal, and they both kind of explore this idea of recreating two-dimensional artwork in a three-dimensional space, and this is one such thing. I just think that this is one of those things that really... takes Minecraft in a new direction. I don't think anybody has really done anything quite like this before. I think this is kind of like the first of its kind. It's a really, really... And this is actually based on a painting by a guy named Afromov. I don't know his first name, Afromov. He's Russian. This is Tober888's way of recreating one of those paintings with the very, very vivid color patterns and the colored rain and water on the ground and the organic figure. It's just, you look at the colors on the windows and in the torches, it's just brilliantly composed. And it looks like that painting. When you step back and look at it, it actually looks like that painting. And I don't know how you create all of these little raindrops, all over the place. To me, that's got to be really tedious doing that because they look to be unevenly dispersed, which means that he probably didn't just copy-paste it all. He copy-pasted some of it, but a lot of it, I think, was placed strategically. It looks like I may be just a fool. He may be just fooling me, and it may actually be a little bit more streamlined than that. But to me, this is just fantastic. It's astounding. I don't think I've seen anything quite like it since or before. And I don't know when I'm going to see anything like it again, unless it's made by the same guy. So that wraps up the gold trophy. Now, for the platinum trophy, for organic work, a quick disclaimer. What you are about to see may blow you out of your seat, because it is that epic, and it is called Primal Portal, made by Sefer. Yes, the same Sefer that made Stalingrad Blood on the Volga, which means that Sefer has won trophies in 2 categories. That is amazing. I didn't think anybody would do that, but Sefer did. There's no denying it. If there's a summit to how much detail can be compressed into a sculpture in Minecraft, this is definitely it. This map pushes the limits of Minecraft to the absolute maximum and wipes away the preconceived notion that it's impossible to escape the inherent blockiness of Minecraft. The fine folks at Sefer have not only triumphed the blockiness, they've created something that could very well stand in a museum. If and only if the museum were comfortable with showcasing cybernetic dinosaurs from another dimension. Then again, there are museums out there that showcase dinosaurs being saddled and ridden by humans. So I guess it's entirely possible that there's an institution out there crazy enough to welcome robo-dinos into their lobby. I mean, clearly. But enough about that. Let's talk about why this build is such an enormous achievement. Ethereal forms are difficult to execute in Minecraft, mainly because of the aforementioned blockiness. It's hard to make thin diagonal shapes and objects with blocks. Primal Portal makes it look easy. The jagged bones, the lush foliage, the hanging appendages, the little arms on the T-Rex, rows of teeth, gears, wires, are not limited by Minecraft. On the contrary, Sefer has embraced the inborn challenges and created something chock full of a variety of organic and mechanical elements seamlessly woven together in perfect harmony. It's a true show of skill and a masterful utilization of Minecraft's height limit, which I will point out that it seems Sefer has undercompensated for just a little bit. You can see a little bit of a cutoff at the top. You could tell that they were probably like, oh shit, we made it too big. Damn it! At some point. This build, honestly, couldn't have been made any larger because it literally takes up the entire height of the map. And so these robo-dinosaurs are as large and as detailed as they possibly could be. There's simply no reasonable way to outdo this concept. But at the end of the day, this map makes a very important point. Many people out there are so frightened by the innate limitations of Minecraft, myself included, that they can't allow their imaginations to carry them through the building process. But Primal Portal proves, beyond reasonable doubt, that just about anything can be achieved in Minecraft, regardless of the limitations. It's an extremely inspiring piece of organic work that I'm sure will spark the imaginations of countless PMC users in the foreseeable future. So well done, Sefer. And speaking of Sefer, the crown for Top Artist of the Year, of course, goes to Sefer. Why wouldn't it? Sefer is a team of builders that was founded in 2012 here on PMC. Since its conception, Sefer has posted 42 projects, ranging from a redstone computer hard drive to a scene of ravenous robotic dinosaurs, as we just saw. Though Sefer is being honored as top artist here on Week in Review, they mostly specialize in structures accompanied with copious amounts of organic elements. And here's some fun facts about Sefer. Sefer has won 4 gold medals, a platinum trophy, a silver trophy, and a qualifier plaque here on Week in Review. Sefer has currently received more badges than any other user on Week in Review, 10. Sefer is also currently the only user in the history of Week in Review to receive the Genius Architect badge and the Master of the Third Dimension badge, which denotes extreme skill in the structure and organic work categories. Sefer has never, ever participated in a PMC contest. If you want to find out why, simply look at the interview, which is right after this in the PMC page. Sefer has also finished first place for the year of 2015 here on Week in Review. And again, you could check out the review where or the interview where I speak with Mick596, the team leader over at Sefer, to get some more insight into their building style. So, yes. That's it. But we're not done quite yet, ladies and gentlemen. There is still one other secret award to hand out, and that is Top Jack of the Year. What does Top Jack mean, you might ask? That is a PMC user who dominated all 3 categories here on Week in Review. And to me, there is nobody who fits the bill better than Mr. Batu. Mr. Batu started his PMC career a little over a year ago, but has quickly climbed the rungs with his incredible aptitudes. Here's some fun facts about Mr. Batu. Mr. Batu is currently the only user in the history of Week in Review to obtain a gold medal in every single category. And consequently, Mr. Batu is currently the only user in the history of Week in Review to receive the Master of All badge, an extremely difficult award to unlock, which you get for getting a gold medal in every category, which Mr. Batu is the only person who's done that. Mr. Batu has also finished 4th place for the year of 2015 here on Week in Review. So thank you very much for watching Year in Review. I hope that you enjoyed. Do be sure to stay tuned for the entire list of monthly qualifiers. They were all the winners of their respected months, and also the 3 wild cards. And the wild card category came in use because I think that there were 3 builds from the wild card pool that got trophies. So that's, of course, why we have the wild card category, to even it up and make sure that we don't miss anything, which I don't think that we did. So I will leave you with the ultimate list of yearly qualifiers. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys again in 2016.
5, 4, 3